The Great Text Wall of China. Hey guys, Culture here, back with another sultry tale from the Tinder vault. This time I want to jump right into it, as I've got a lot of ground to cover. Let's start with the basics. Phone screen lights up, new match on Tinder. I quickly check to see who it is. I'm interested, so I shoot off a message and go on with my day. Fast forward to 5 days later and I get a message on Tinder. Oh, it's that girl that I assumed had chosen not to respond to me. Okay, that's cool. I open it up. Text wall. What? How can I have gotten a text wall from this girl? I barely said anything to her. Here was my opening line. Hey, smiley face. Love the pink highlights. For context, she had pink highlights in her hair. I know you probably could have guessed that, but here I am explaining it to you anyway. Apparently, pink highlights was some sort of post-hypnotic suggestion for her, because it opened the mental floodgates, resulting in a near-psychotic expulsion of her life story. What I plan on delivering to you today is a dramatic reading of this text. Not dramatic on purpose, but by the nature of the way this girl speaks. Let's call her China, because it makes for a great title. Without further ado, I present to you a story, or rather a text, titled The Great Text Wall of China. Hey, sorry I didn't respond. My life's been off-the-wall Vans level crazy. Yes, pink highlights. Tears streaming down face emoji. You won't believe, but I got rid of them. Now they're blue like baby blue eyes. You know, like super blue. Pink got trashy, I think. Wastebasket emoji. And new phase, new hair, you know? I did not know, but I was soon to find out. I got a call from my dad like Monday and he was super excited to see me because we've never met before. Like we've called before but never met. So we're going to go out, maybe get pancake parlor. What's good from there? I always liked the Alice in Wonderland pancake as a kid, but that was the last thought on my mind at this point. One day we're going to go to Belize together because that's where my Nana and Papa are from. That must be where I get my attitude from. Tongue poking out emoji, devil emoji, and he has the coolest accent. It's kind of sexy if I'm being honest. Blushing emoji. Dear Lord. At this point, I was almost 100% convinced I was being trolled. No one is this oblivious to their own Oedipus complex. But hey, I was having a good laugh, so I read on. Do you watch Narcos? His voice is like Pablo Escobar, but apparently his voice is awful, like his accent. All the Colombians said it was an awful accent. Crying from laughter emoji. It would be so hard to be an actor. My favorite actor is probably either Tom Hardy or Eddie Redmayne. Did you see him in The Theory of Everything? So good. Eddie, not Tom that is. Haha, oh my god, can you imagine Tom Hardy as Stephen Hawking? Crying from laughter emoji. If I met a boy that smart and that hot, I would die. Not that you're not. Blushing emoji. But I don't really know yet. Are you? Apparently she was actually aware she was speaking to another person on Tinder. For a moment there I was convinced she thought she was typing to her BFF or something. I soon regretted her bringing the conversation back on topic though. And what are you wearing in your third pic? I can't even imagine why. Crying from laughter emoji. The picture in question was myself and 3 friends dressed up as the team from Cool Runnings. Essentially, we were all wearing Jamaican morph suits. That's so funny but crazy, but if you really want to see crazy, you should meet my friends from uni. They're insane. Of course they're insane. They're friends with you. One of them once did this super high bungee jump off a bridge in South Africa. It looked so scary. I nearly peed myself watching it. Okay, maybe I did a little. Ha 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 ha. But I don't make a habit of it, I promise. Last time I wet the bed I was 18, but that was only because I drank so much water the night before because I had a competition with my little brother. I lost, I guess. Whale emoji. I had never met China, but anyone this willing to openly talk about their bodily functions gets an A+ in my book. Plus, who doesn't love a good whale emoji? I'm so competitive though, I can't stand losing usually. One time in primary school we had to do a relay race against some other schools. Like it was a sports carnival type thing, and I wasn't super athletic, but I could do running really well, and javelin and long jump, so I always did those events. Running woman emoji. Anyway, I was the last to run. We call that the anchor in relay races, and the girl waiting next to me kept calling me names, making fun of me. I wanted to beat her so bad, but I dropped the baton when it got handed to me, and even with being way faster than her, we still lost. I was so mad, I was crying. Like not just losing, but losing to this mean girl was even worse. Angry emoji. Then she came over and started rubbing it in my face, and before I knew what I was doing, I'd punched her in the nose. All the teachers told me off and I got banned from the rest of the event, but my mum said I did a good job, crying with laughter emoji. Let me just clear something up by the way. This story is fine. There's nothing inherently weird about her telling me this story. It's kind of funny, a little bit cute, shows a bit of edge at the end. The issue was that this story was mashed into an 800-word text wall out of nowhere, with no context but our own rambling. And you know what the worst part was? I was starting to dig it. Yeah, sure, no one else does this, but also, no one else does this. It's kind of cool, right? Mum has always said I'm butch, but in a good way, like I stand up for myself and I don't mind getting dirty. I meant that in an innocent way, but take it how you will. Winky face, devil emoji. See? Kind of cool, right? Nah, just kidding, but really, I used to hunt in the garden for bugs when I was a kid and get all muddy or have worms and stuff crawling on me. Mum didn't know what to do with me. Grinning face with sweat emoji. I've only broken one bone, and it was my arm because I fell out of a tree. I say fell out, but I was actually pushed by my little brother. As you can tell, he's a total menace. Angry emoji. Makes me wet myself and break bones. Anguished face emoji. But now he's doing commerce at uni and he's a really nice guy. He's matured so much and I'm so proud of him. Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. I'm being pulled into China's life story now. I feel like I've known her for years. This never-ending spiral of nostalgic memories, a vortex throwing me from moment to moment throughout her life. It's dizzying, it's confusing, it's exhilarating. And it was also finally coming to an end. You should meet him sometime. Oh my god, what am I talking about? You haven't even met me. Crying with laughter emoji. We should meet up sometime soon, if we get along on here first. What do you think would be a good first date? Could get coffee. I know a great cafe near me. They do these amazing salad rolls. I know that doesn't sound super exciting, but trust me, these are good. Like the ingredients are just so crisp and fresh. Normally I'm wary of a coffee date. If the conversation dries up, it can be very awkward having nothing to distract yourself with. But with China, I felt that wouldn't be an issue. Or maybe mini golf. I love mini golf. No, not mini golf. Never mini golf. Or have you ever been to the aquarium? Let's go to the aquarium. It's so otherworldly and different and beautiful. I could spend a whole day in there easily and still not be bored. I love the octopus and the rays and they're all just so good. Which animal do you like most at the aquarium? Thinking face emoji. And that was it. This outpouring of personal detail ended just as abruptly as it had begun. I was sat in awe of the odd collection of moments which China had chosen to share with me, and perhaps more in awe of which question or which point she had decided was so vital as to warrant the end of such a flow. This was not so much a train of thought as it was a caboose of contemplation. Both reflexive and progressive in nature, this locomotive had chugged through time to deliver me both an insight into China's personality and foresight to prepare me for the potential dates ahead. By the time I'd finished reading it, I was well and truly railed. What do I even respond? Do I craft a text wall of my own to mimic hers, answer all her questions in sequence, each one building larger and larger until it threatens to collapse under the weight of its own verbosity, not unlike this sentence? You'd have to figure she would appreciate the effort, the attempt to mirror her enthusiasm. But I had something much better in mind. For all I knew, this was just some copy-pasta type meme, designed to mess with me. I felt I had nothing to lose by returning the joke in kind. Even if she actually was being serious, she'd probably find it funny. So after the massive load of text, I just responded, I like the penguins. Simple, succinct, answered her most important question, what's not to love? She responded almost immediately, I hate penguins. Well played, Tinder troll, or what I assume must have been a Tinder troll, but the joke's on you. I quite enjoyed myself. Maybe you're less of a troll and more of an entertainer. Either way, I enjoyed the performance. I texted her back, how can you hate penguins? No response. That was the last message in our chat log. I think the fact they responded at all after the text dump is something to admire. They really committed to the bit, and for that, I'll always remember this strange text wall. See you all soon. If you enjoy what we do here at CultureCrash, please consider supporting the show via our Patreon, where we have a bunch of awesome rewards, or by checking out our online store. All links are in the description below.